Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano market update, where every Monday we take a look at what's been going on with projects trading on Cardano from a price perspective. It's been a good week for some projects with some nice gains. Some have had some fairly decent sell-offs, some pullbacks, and there's a few reasons behind that, which we'll get into in this one. If you get value, please do share it out, give the video a like, comment questions, or comment any projects you'd like to see me dive deeper into in this series or in future videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's jump into it. Okay, same format as usual with timestamps down below. And first we're going to take a very quick look at the overall market, then look at the TVL numbers, and then spending most of the time looking at the projects. So first up, looking at coin market cap, we can see Bitcoin is just in around $29,500, up nearly 1% for the week. Overall, still not doing a huge amount. Same chart that I showed you last week, and I've showed multiple times at this stage. Did have a sell-off last week after I'd done the video, but did hold within this channel. And until we break out and start closing either side of this channel here, I'm not going to spend too much time on Bitcoin, because look, we're going to trend sideways here, and it only gets interesting when we break out to one side or the other. If we look at the price of ADA, up 2.2% for the week, but again, overall, not doing a huge amount. It's been just trending there. I think waiting to see what happens with Bitcoin. So next week, we'll wait and see if we have any changes. Once we hold above the 30 cent mark, to me, that's a good stable level right now. So next we take a quick look at TVL, and we go over to DeFi Llama for that. Not a huge change in the last 7 days for TVL. I think we were somewhere around 184 million last week, and with the price of ADA being up, that makes sense that we are up slightly. Haven't seen much action here. If you look at it in terms of USD, still doing okay. And if you look at it in terms of ADA, once again, setting new highs each week within, when you measure TVL and ADA, this is what's locked up, the value of what's locked up in DeFi protocols on Cardano. So hit a high, I think we crossed, you can see there, 600 million ADA during the week. This is without staking. If you put in, not that one, if we include up here, they've changed this slightly. If you include staking, then you can see that we have passed 742 million ADA this week. Now that is staking on the DeFi protocols, doesn't include ADA staking. So we'll take that off just to take a look down the bottom here. So we look down here, and these ones are all in dollars, not in ADA. MinSwap still holding out number one, has been down slightly this week. Indigo with a bit of a boost, and they do have a new UI coming out tomorrow as far as I know, and I'll record a tutorial video on that later on this week. Good week for Liquid Finance, up. Vi Finance up too. You can see down here ADA Finance with, or LenFi as it is now, with a decent boost, up 15%. Now you'll see when we get into the tokens, the LenFi token is down. Snek was added as collateral, and I think there's been a decent inflow coming in from that. Next up, we move to Tap Tools to take a look at what's going on over here. So let's refresh this. So top 10 hasn't seen much of a change, even though there's a lot of red for the last 7 days, except COPI in the top 10. COPI and Snek are the only ones that, in terms of measuring this in market cap, they're the only top 10 that have had a move, and COPI with a very decent move. Lots of excitement building there with more people getting access to testing. Fingers crossed I get it this week. I'm still waiting for that email, hitting refresh on the inbox to see when I can get access to it. Up top, you have AGI, World Mobile, LenFi, down a decent bit this week. We'll look at the chart in a minute. I think potentially the Snek vote there, people might have bought LenFi to, should we go into it now? People might have bought into LenFi in order to be able to vote for Snek. This is only my own thoughts on it. But you can see the channel that we talked about, again, asked about LenFi a lot, and this was your uptrend. I said once we remained in that, then things looked fairly good for LenFi. Now that we've broken out of it, look, people who are long-term bullish on the protocol will be looking at this and seeing that it's a good chance to accumulate. Personally, I would be cautious of accumulating in this level. If you are, it's a DCA for me. I wouldn't go all in, because there is lots of potential to have further downside before it finds its support. And with new tokens coming onto the market, there are people selling out. There's some people have been in this for a long time, have some good profits, and they're selling out to get into other tokens. Optionflow was the one last week, and there's some other ones on the horizon, which we'll mention now in a few minutes. Milk has had a decent sell-off, but that was an expected sell-off if you look here. So anyone who wasn't paying attention, they announced probably somewhere around here that there was a new token coming out, or a new project coming out, optionflow, which had a really good week. We talked about it last week a bit. It had its sale, had a really good run this week, having a bit of a sell-off at the minute. We'll cover that when we get to it. So they announced here there would be a new token coming out, and anyone holding Milk would be able to claim some of the optionflow tokens. So that shot it up to a high of what, they're 21 ADA. And since then, since the claim happened on Wednesday last, so if you were holding Milk during the snapshot last Wednesday, then you were able to go in. I think I have it here for anyone who hasn't seen it. So the snapshot was July 26th. And you can go to opt.muesliswap.com to start claiming your optionflow tokens if you haven't done that yet. And let's look at the charts of the 26th. So you can see here the 26th, it had a bit of a spike, people to get in for the snapshot, and now having that sell-off, people taking profits. If we go back to the top 10, I think that covers most of it. Rounding it out, NTX Snek. Now that there's a bit more utility for Snek, being that you can use it as collateral on LenFi, then there's some more people getting involved. Again, just be cautious. If you're getting involved in really volatile assets and using them as collateral up against some loans, make sure you're setting your health factor a lot higher than you would if you were using something like stables or anything like that, just for your own safety. Igon, who I had a talk with last week, anyone interested in the project, there is an interview that will be linked down below. Down slightly for the last week, last 30 days, still doing very good. And then MinSwap rounds out the top 10 with down 4%. Okay, and if we take a look at trending then to see what else has been in the news this week or making some moves. So optionflow up first. We talked about this a small bit earlier because it's from the team at Muesliswap, and anyone holding Milk was able to claim opt tokens in a 1-for-1 last Wednesday. So the token has done a lot better this last week than I personally thought it would. I thought it would do okay, but I thought up until the claim last Wednesday that at that point it would start to sell off and then get a bottom, get accumulation, and start to push upwards from there. But you can see on the 26th, when the claim came in, there was no sell-off. The price just kept shooting up. I would say then you had some FOMO from people who might have been waiting for the dip from people claiming and selling off the free tokens, which didn't come. It went all the way up to 1.4 ADA, and now we're having a sell-off in the last 2 days. But there is another token sale coming up this week that have said that the team at Muesliswap are an advisor, but we don't know who the team is just yet from Linkage Finance. So if you check it out here, they have a public sale coming up on Thursday, and there's been very mixed reactions in the community from this. They're definitely trying to jump on the hype and FOMO that has been there. People who look at optionflow and think that they missed out on that and the potential gains, because there was 5 to 6x gains for people who got in at the sale of 0.25 ADA, and if they got to sell at the 1.4, nobody buys the bottom and sells the top. But if they got in around that, they got some very nice profits there. So Linkage Finance have moved up their public sale. It was meant to be sometime in September, and they have put out some details on it there, which I'll link below for anyone who wants to check it out. It's happening Thursday on the MinSwap launchpad. But like I said, there's been some mixed reactions to it because we don't know a huge amount about the protocol yet, apart from some kind of link to Muesliswap. CRCI put out a report on them here, and it didn't go too well, with giving a 9 out of 100. And I think that is due to, we don't know a whole lot about them yet. We don't know who the team is. The white paper, I didn't go through the white paper just yet. CRCI did and didn't look too favorably. Social engagement, it's only, I suppose in the last week or that is the first time that I heard about it, the last few days, and the same for a lot of people out there. Products, nothing live just yet. Now I do see here that Linkage Finance did say they would have liked to have been contacted first to answer some questions, so maybe we'll get an updated report in the next few days. But if you do look at Linkage Finance, actually there is a Twitter space happening today, which is, which I'm hoping we get a lot more clarification on who the team is, where it came from, what's the plan, when will we see it going to a testnet or mainnet, and that's happening at 4 p.m. UTC. So I will try and tune in for some of that and maybe ask some questions if others don't ask the questions I have, and try and get something out before the sale on Thursday for anyone who is thinking of getting in. Do your research. Look, there's potential for FOMO to kick in here and it to go really well, or there's potential for it to just fall completely flat with people coming in expecting the big run that optionflow had, but it not happening here with people taking profits earlier. So always do your own research. When you get in low, make sure you start taking profits early in the market. DCA in, DCA out is generally the way I look at it. If you're buying into a sale, you're going to buy in at the sale price, but as it starts to go up, it's no harm to start taking some profits once you start to see some gains in the market, and then keep a bag for if it does really take off. So that was optionflow, and leading into Linkage Finance. If we go back to the trending and see what else we have. So LenFi we've covered, Meld, Snek. So we've covered most of the top ones coming in here. COPI, lots of excitement about COPI over the last while. If we look at the biggest gainers in trending, so dropz, it's one that lots of people in the community might be familiar with. It's where you can go in and claim tokens every epoch, but they have brought out something new. They've said here that they're excited to introduce Main Street, which is going to be a new offering from them. They're looking to bring it that you can buy, sell, store over 2,000 different cryptocurrencies, including stable coins. So there will be an option for people to have a terminal in their shops where they can accept credit card payments that can be converted into crypto. And it's one I'll probably cover in a separate video to go a bit deeper into it rather than here, but this is the reason that the dropz token had such a big move during the week, and definitely worth looking into for anyone following tokens on Cardano and what's actually being built. Trending then, that kind of takes in the gainers, nothing else new really showing up there. If we look at the ones on the way down, you have Paribus, Stable, Sunday Swap, Meld, Milk, LenFi, which we've covered. Genius, still haven't seen a huge amount out of them over the last while, but that really rounds it all out. Looking at the money flow then for the last week, so this is over on Tap Tools. You can check out where the money is going, so who's doing the selling, who's doing the buying. And if you look at, you can look at the whales. I personally don't look at this one all that much. If you look at the whales, they have been selling out of World Mobile Token, out of AGIX, and going into LenFi, Snek, and IUSD. So some people taking profits and putting them into IUSD. And just actually on World Mobile, they had their latest buyback this morning. So this is where they use profits generated by the real world mobile network and use that to buy back ADA on the market, which will be paid out to Earthnode operators and stakers when the mainnet is fully up operational. And if you want to track that, you can track it over on World Mobile Scan or WMT Scan. You can see it here, the address, so you can go in and see everything that's been bought back all the time. And today was the biggest buy on that. So it'll be interesting to see how the market perceives that. This is the one that I generally look at personally, is the 250k ADA to 1 million. And these are the people that you could have more of them there and be more active in the market. So you can see in this area, they've been selling out optionflow or opt and selling LenFi and putting it into COPI and Snek. So that would go with that people bought LenFi for the vote, and then they're going back. So they use Snek to buy into it, and now they're going back into Snek. And this area here is buying AGIX where the whales were selling. Let's look at one more. We look at, so this is a wallet size of 100k to 250. You can see these are selling MinSwap and selling MinSwap and selling LenFi and going into Snek, AGIX, COPI, and Indy. So look, hope people have got some value from this. I'm open to suggestions on what we get into in these videos. It's generally just to get an overview of the market every Monday morning where we sit. And thanks for watching, guys. I will talk to you soon.